man, Tom Kennedy, Craig, we don't know what to do with him sometimes. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not going to make the team. Well, maybe he is. Maybe he's not. So let us know before Craig and I say anything, your comments. Do you
Right
like
now,
Tom Kennedy? Not do you like him? Will he make the team? Will he make the team? That's
we
what
all
we're going to
like
talk
him.
about. Yeah, we all love him. Love the
We
guy.
like,
So
yeah.
I'm going to pull it up, Craig, and just make some opening remarks, if you will, and then I'll
Oh,
throw it over
yes,
to you.
please.
Yeah,
Remark
just
away, my good
remark
friend.
away. I just wanted to show kind of go off this, right? So this is M Live. I liked what they had, and it's just if anything, it's a talking point, right? So
Sure.
who they have in
Mm-mm.
is Dark Reynolds, Amon Ra.
Duh.
Those are the three absolute locks.
I would
Well,
even give Khalif, sorry.
Khalif.
Khalif Raymond. I would almost give him a lock as well, if I could be honest.
Did Khalif go to the PR in the offseason and be like, yo, people aren't
He
saying my
did.
name right. Let's enunciate it better.
Yes. I remember a few other guys that did this too. I'm a tennis guy at times. Don't unsubscribe. But Novak Djokovic went through a stretch where he was Jokovic, and because that's how you actually pronounce his name. But then that lost his nickname, the Joker, and he went back to having people call him Djokovic. Like it's
Wow. There it
people
is.
do
Like,
things.
Yeah.
What was it? Patrick Surtain. He
Yes. It's like,
changed it too.
eesh, that's
That
not
was
curtain.
awesome.
Yeah. So okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna get back to Khalif Raymond, and then from there it's Quintez Cephas, Trinity Benson, and Tom Kennedy is that first man out. So Craig,
Yep.
when you see this, what are your thoughts with Tom Kennedy? M Live has him out. I have him out as well. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are Dan Campbell even said it himself. Like he won't go away. Like he
Mhm.
just continues to make plays. Every time there's a game, he makes plays. He had one catch in the back of the end zone where he caught a DB not looking and actually elevated and made a good play on the ball. Those are the kind of catches you don't think he's going to make.
Right.
So I'm sitting here and I'm watching him play football. And I'm like, how does this guy not make the team? He must make the team, right? But then I start reminding myself. Also, I think they're wrong. I don't think it's Trinity Benson. I could be captured by the moment here for a second, but Maurice Alexander, highlight that name because he is going to give him a run. Dude had 2 returns over 40 yards. One was
Mhm.
60. The other one was like 40, 45, something like that. He has proven that he is valuable on special teams. If we're going to keep 6 receivers, they must be valuable on special teams. Trinity Benson was not. And Alexander already is starting to prove that he can run those little routes, intermediate things like that, and be effective. So, what is Kennedy doing on special teams? And don't tell me he caught the onside kick at the end of the game. Okay, don't have that be
Don't
the one because
throw that
Amon-Ra
one at
St.
me.
Brown is going to be there in the regular season. So,
Yes.
like, that's all I'm saying. But what are your thoughts? I want Tom Kennedy to make the team, but I just think he's not gonna. And I have more thoughts on it, but I want to hear yours first.
Yep, absolutely. So, you got the top three that are absolute locks. And then Khalif Raymond was one. I was like, man, don't hear much from him. And I did a little digging on him. He's just fine in
Yeah,
camp, and he's
he's
not being
fine.
used much. And it's like, this is a guy that we're going to use. So if you look at he's Tom Kennedy, 5'10. So he's not going to be, and it says in this article something along these lines. He's not going to be on the outside. Okay, done. We got our DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds, Jamison Williams, if, halfway through the year. Amon Ra and Khalif are going to be in the middle. Okay, cool. So now where's that leave you? You nailed it. You nailed it. It's got to be some sort of a special teams play. There's got to be something else because
You're not
yes,
gonna
he looked
just make
good.
the team because you're a good 6th receiver, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's where, yeah, I'm with you, Maurice Alexander. There's something about a returner that it's a vision thing. You just saw it. He did it twice where it's
You
like,
have it or you don't.
yeah, exactly. You have it or you don't. A little bit of vision, one cut, boom. And it's like, man, what an advantage that would be if we had a little bit of a returner there. So I'm with you. It's a loaded room, which is great. And I think you and I both want to hit on that. Is like, it's a loaded room. This is outstanding. This is a guy that made the team last year, is playing out of his mind and won't make the team this year.
Yeah. And the question is, will he clear? Like, will we be able to keep him on our practice squad
Mm.
and things like that? And the other question is, does it even no, it does matter. It absolutely does. Look, I just want to say I understand that there's a ton of Tom Kennedy fans out there. Like
Yep.
people love Tom Kennedy. And I actually understand why. So here's Tom Kennedy lovers. All right. I'm one of them. Love the guy. Do you want him playing ahead of Amon-Ra St. Brown or Khalif Raymond? And that's the question you have to ask yourself, because those are slot 1 and slot 2. Like,
Mm-hmm.
those are our 2 guys in the slot. And by the way, both those guys have the ability to go outside if you need them to. So do you want Tom Kennedy over one of those 2 guys? Because you're not keeping 3 slot receivers on a team. Am I wrong?
No, no. And
It's a depth chart thing. It's
it,
not a he's not a good receiver thing.
yeah. And this is outstanding. Big picture wise, this is great because he made the team last year and he was like the number 2 guy, right? Because Perriman and then the other guy Williams didn't play. They didn't end up playing.
Ooh,
Next thing you know, you
yeah.
got Khalif Raymond and Tom Kennedy and a rookie
And
St.
Quintez
Brown.
Cephas.
Oh yeah, in a Quintez
And that
Cephas.
was your receiver room. That was your receiver room.
And you're just like, this is, and now Kennedy's playing even better. Looks good. I mean, I love the way you nailed it. It's not just that he's blown coverage and he's wide open and he ends up getting a 60-yard touchdown at padding his stats. No, I mean, this is like contested across the middle.
Yep.
Balls stick with him. It's like, this guy's great, but our wide receiver room has elevated so much that I still don't think he makes it. And you said it's nothing against him and nothing against his play. It's just when we look at the depth chart, we're not seeing the guys out there, so it's like, oh man, he's the best player out there. Well, obviously, and that's great, but we don't, you're missing all the other guys that you forget about that we have. That's like, this is a great thing for our team when our depth is looking this good.
Well, and I think too, when you look at a guy like this, so let's take the first half, for example. All right. So we were out there. There was no Chark. There was no Reynolds. There was no St. Brown. Raymond made the first catch. There was no Cephas. So the best receivers out there were Kennedy. They were, I mean, like Kennedy arguably was our best receiver out there. I saw a deep shot to Pimpleton in the end zone and things like that. Right. But here's what I need to say on that. David Blau looked really good a week ago with the 3rd string, but when it all of a sudden came to second team and Kennedy was the best receiver, like the team was not, there were no big chunk plays. If they were in the running game. And I think that's what people have to realize. Like, yes, he is money right now in the red zone. He's awesome on 3rd and short because he has that suddenness to his routes. Those things are important. We also have 2 other guys that are really good at it on our team already. Yep. And they just have a better athletic upside. And one of them's just straight better. That's St. Brown. And the other one is very helpful in special teams. So I don't, and I could eat crow on this. If I were the GM, thank goodness I'm not, I wouldn't keep him. Like, it's just hard to say, but I wouldn't do it. Like,
I think it's what would we do and what do we think the Lions are going to do? And we agree that it's both. We wouldn't keep him. And it just seems weird to say that because it's hard to remember a time we had someone really running around out there doing something in the preseason. So it's kind of nice, but it's like, no, he's still not going to make it. So let us know in the comments your thoughts. If you're a Tom Kennedy guy, let us know where we're wrong.
Why are we wrong? Be
Who
nice
do we
about
cut?
it. But why are we wrong?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know as soon as you can. Make sure you subscribe. Yes.
Trinity Benson or Tom Kennedy, final roster spot. Who are you giving it to?
Oh,
if it's between those 2,
Benson or Kennedy, which that is, then you start like, man, I could see them doing it. That's where
you could see him doing Kennedy with that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's the great way to put it. So awesome there.
Keep 6.
Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see all of you on the next one.
See you.